Hello Booktube and welcome to my bookshelves. So I haven't posted anything for about 3 weeks, and that is because I went down with the flu, and this was proper flu, not man flu, this was 100% flu. I went down on the Friday, started feeling rough on the Friday, and for the next 4 or 5 days, proper in bed, could not move, flu. And to complicate matters, early hours of Sunday morning, I got up to go to the bathroom as I was feeling sick and collapsed. And this is a picture of me on Sunday. And I cut my head open, you can still see the scar. Cut my head open, black eye, broke my nose. Yeah, not very nice. And then spent the next 4 or 5 days recovering from that and the flu. So I haven't posted anything for a few weeks. So let's get back to the books. So I've got a bit of a book haul that I've accumulated. So I had some Christmas vouchers, Christmas money to spend. So I've got a pile of books there which I've purchased over the last few weeks. First one is actually from the library though, and that is Stephen King's 4 Past Midnight. This is a set of 4 novellas. First one is called The Langoliers, which is probably my favourite of the ones I've read. I'm halfway through it at the moment. I'm on the 3rd novella at the moment. So the first one is The Langoliers, which tells of a group of airline passengers who wake up on the plane to find that everyone else has disappeared, including the pilot. And when they manage to land at an airport, they find that everyone in the entire world has disappeared and there's only them remaining. And it's a good sci-fi Twilight Zone style thriller, and yeah, tremendous. I mean, at 300 pages, most writers that will be a novel, but in Stephen King's world, that is a novella and is one of 4. Second one is called Secret Window, Secret Garden, and this is a typical King story of the time. This was 1990s. It's a story of a struggling writer suffering writer's block, and a stranger appears accusing him of plagiarism, and it then charts the downfall, the mental decay of the writer. It's a story that King's done before. If you think of Misery, The Dark Half, even The Shining, they're all about struggling writers and their mental decline. So it's nothing unusual. It's a good story, but it's been done before. The one I'm on at the moment is called The Library Policeman, about what happens if your overdue library books are not returned. Now I've got a week left to read this before this one is due back, so I will make sure I will return this on time, because I don't want the library policeman to come and get me. And the 4th one is called The Sundog, and I believe that's sort of a short story, but it's a preview of one of his later books called Needful Things. I think it's sort of a lead into that novel. Yeah, so that is what I am currently reading. Excuse me while I have a cup of coffee. One that I've already read it in my sickbed, and that is P.G. Wodehouse, The Pot Hunters and Other School Stories. This is actually his 3 first novels in one volume. First one is The Pot Hunters. They're all set at boarding school. They follow the pupils as they do their sports and exams, etc., etc. They're entertaining, they're light. They're of the time. I mean, this was 1902, 1903, this was first 1902 was the first one. So they're of the time. If you don't like rugby or cricket, then you probably won't enjoy these. But yeah, they're entertaining, but then obviously they're not as good as his later Jeeves and Wooster, Blandings stories, but they're good. A good quick read and perfect for reading on your sickbed. I've also got the second in the B.G. Wodehouse, the second omnibus. This is called The Gold Bat, and this is, again, his next three novels, The Gold Bat, The Head of Kays, and The White Feather. Again, they're set at boarding school, and looking at the cover, again, they follow the cricket team, the rugby team, and the football team. So they're good light reads for when you're not feeling well. Okay, next ones I bought with my Waterstones vouchers. I've got next four books will be what I bought with my Waterstone vouchers. First one is by Clare Mackintosh, and it's called I See You. This is a thriller. I've not heard of this one. This is purely a cover blurb by. When Zoe Walker sees her photo in the classified section of a London newspaper, she's determined to find out why it's there. There's no explanation, just a grainy image, a website address and a phone number. She takes it home to her family, who are convinced it's just someone who looks like Zoe. But next day the advert shows a photo of a different woman, and another the day after that. Is it a mistake, a coincidence, or is someone keeping track of every move they make? So it looks like a good, tense thriller, which I will look forward to getting to. Next one I have seen on Booktube, and I think Dave over at Wild Reads has read this one, and that is Sirens by Joseph Knox. I've heard lots of good things about this. It's got very good reviews on Booktube and in the press. This is set in Manchester. I think it's like a gritty gritty crime noir set in the back streets of Manchester, I believe. But like I say, I've heard good reviews of this one, so this was on my list. Another one I've picked up because of Booktube, and that is the Gustav Sonata by Rose Tremain. Again, I've seen this on a few channels. Again, I think Dave at Wild Reads has reviewed this one. And this is set in Switzerland after the Second World War. I don't really know much more about it, but I'm gonna read that and review it as and when I can. Now, me and my wife are big fans of the TV show Death in Paradise, BBC One sort of murder mystery set on a tropical island in the Caribbean, and this is The Killing of Polly Carter, a Death in Paradise book. So this is written by Robert Thorogood, who is the writer of the TV show, and it contains all the characters from the TV show. I've read the first one of this, which is called The Meditation of Murder, I think is the first one. I think this is the second one, and I think there's a third one out as well. But yeah, we love the TV show, love the first book, so I'm really looking forward to reading that one. And the last one is a charity shop buy. And as you know, if you've watched my channel, I like the British Library crime classics that they're reissuing. These are forgotten books from the Golden Age, which they are republishing. And this one is called Antidote to Venom by Freeman, Wills, Crofts. Again, found this in a charity shop. Cost me £2. And I believe this is different. This is set in a zoo in Birmingham. And I believe, looking at the blurb, I believe that this is slightly different because this is told from the viewpoint of the murderer. I may be wrong, but I believe that this book, you know who the murderer is from the start, and then it's how he does what he does, I believe. I may be wrong. Once I've read it, I'll review it. But reading the blurb, that seems to be what that one is about, which is interesting. Okay, so that is my first video back after after my illness, and nice short video book haul. And I look forward to seeing you all again in my next video. Thank you for watching.